Hello and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton, and today we're looking at a really special program by our Parks and Rec department that most people don't even know it exists. It's Therapeutic Recreation, and I will let our guests explain it. Richard Asante from Parks and Rec,
Yes.
and Dana Reid, a parent whose
Yes.
son utilizes the program. So tell us what this is, therapeutic. What does that mean?
Yes, I'll begin by thanking you for having us on and giving us this opportunity to talk more about what we do. And Hampton Parks and Recreation Therapeutic Department, we engage in, we in community-based programming, and
This is for people who, and it is students mostly. I mean, it's 5 years to a little bit older than the average student, 20,
Yes.
21, somewhere in there. Kids who have physical disabilities, who
Yeah.
have developmental delays. Really, it's what Parks and Rec does for every kid, but these kids need more probably a higher ratio of assistance, and it's nice to have them together so they don't, necessarily feel so different. So you do after-school care.
Yeah, we have the after-school program, and we also have full day services program. That is when teachers have work days. We open throughout the day from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that's the full day service. And we also offer the camps such as winter camp, summer camp, and then spring camp.
That's wonderful. And Dana, you have a son in the program.
I do. Yes, my son is Jonathan. He's in the 7th grade, and he's been in the program now for 4 to 5 years, and he just absolutely loves it. It's a program where he can go and be amongst his peers, like you mentioned, where they're with the people that they're like, so they don't get picked on, they don't get bullied, which is always a concern as a parent, that my son's going to get picked on and bullied because he's different when he's in school. And so when he goes there, they have the ratio, they have the kids that are like themselves. And my son's favorite thing during the summer is on Saturday mornings, Mom, I want to go to the community center and be with my friends.
Oh.
And that's where he feels, that's where he feels he wants to be and where he fits in the best.
And I would imagine as a parent too, it also relieves some of the burden because you can't, always just put your child in the after-school program that's at his school. You don't have an emergency backup if there's a teacher work day and
Yes.
you have to go to work. So
Yeah, and even though he's 12 and a half and he still qualifies for after-school care at the local daycare center, the problem becomes once they hit 13 that most of the after-school programs and the daycare programs don't take him anymore. So like you said, what do I do? Because developmentally, he's 5 or 6 years old. I can't leave him at home.
Right.
And he doesn't.
Oh, geez, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and he doesn't qualify for the after-school care or the summer camps that the normal kids would actually be able to qualify for or be able to be left alone at home. So I have no backup care. So this is the program that they put in to help, this little niche, this community that nobody really, thinks about, and it provides us a service that we can't get anywhere else.
That's wonderful. Well, what kinds of activities do you do with the kids?
Yeah, we do a lot of things, ranging from like arts and crafts, and we also take them out on field trips. And we've been to so many places, such as the Virginia Living Museum, Busch Gardens, Spirit of Norfolk, just to mention a few. And then we also have, in the facilities, we do have swimming pools, so, we take them for swimming, and then we also, kind of help them strengthen them by exercise and things like that. So everything we do, we try to engage them so they'll have the chance to develop socially and mentally, and then have fun as well.
So do you work with, if they have homework, because I imagine some of the other kids maybe have stuff they need to do or things they need to work on. Do you do that too?
Yes, yeah. Actually, during the after-school program, what we do is when they come to us, we make sure if they have any homework, we help them out and then get them situated and things like that. And then we also make sure they have enough things to do, and then get things going well. So when parents are ready to pick them up, at least they've done a love for the day, and they're excited about it.
Yeah, that's a huge help for parents, because there's nothing worse than coming home at 6 o'clock and having to put dinner on the table and deal with homework, and and you got a tired kid by that time too.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's a big help. Well, how did you find out? You don't even know how you found out about the program, because it's so quiet. Like, I don't think most people know it exists.
No, I think I actually ended up going, I was looking at summer camp opportunities for Jonathan a couple years ago, and ended up going online and ended up at the Hampton Parks and Rec website, and I called them up and got him enrolled in the summer program, which he absolutely loves. And then the after school program is just as wonderful, and the city provides the transportation.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yes.
So any school you'll go and get them from.
As long as it's written into his IEP, which he has to have, and he does.
And so for people who don't know, IEP is an individual education plan that is done through your school system for kids with special needs.
Yes, and that affords them the opportunity to get speech, occupational, physical therapy, whatever the needs happen to be. And with that, it's dictated in there that he's provided transportation, and then we just tell them where to take them, and they drop them off there in the afternoon. And it's from the entire city of Hampton, and it's just absolutely amazing. But I ended up registering him there and getting him enrolled, and he's been there ever since. And I know that it's not widely published in the schools, because I was telling his teachers about this just a couple weeks ago, and they were asking me about the program, and I was explaining it to them. So it needs to be better, well known.
So that's why you're here, is to let people know that it's out there. Now, how much does this cost families?
Well, for the after-school program, it's $55 a week, and if you want to pay for the whole month, it's $200. And for the full-day services, it's $20 a day. And then when it comes to the summer camp, winter camps, and spring camps, it's $80 a week. And
so it's equivalent, approximately, to what all the other programs, after-school programs, cost now?
No, it's actually significantly cheaper.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper. It is. I mean, my oldest son is normal, and I can remember what I paid for him, and this is definitely, it's much less, but the amount of the program that they get is so much better.
That's great. That's great. So how long have you worked there?
I've been with Parks and Rec's Therapeutic Department since 2009. Yeah.
And how does it, how does it feel? You come to work every day, and you're working with a fairly challenging group of folks, but what does it do for you?
Because we've all been trained how to deal with, special needs students with multiple disabilities. So everybody who comes in to work, especially me, I love doing what I do. So you turn to learn more from the kids, and then as time goes on, you know how to handle every interfering problem that they bring up. And as time goes on, you get to know them and know how to take care of things and make them feel at home.
And I would think too, you do have people who've been there for years, and so your son, instead of having that kind of revolving door of childcare, you've got these people who learn how to work with him and what he needs and whom he feels comfortable with. So he doesn't have to adjust every single time.
Yes, and it is much better. It's much more stable. Yeah, so he walks in and he sees the same people that he's seen for 2 or 3 years, and he knows them by name, and they know Jonathan, and they know all the kids, and they're very close knit. So
that's great. Okay, so how do we let more people know that this is out there?
Well, if people want to know more information about Therapeutic Recreation, they can give us a call at 727-1125, and they can also go on the city website. We got some information on there. And then I just want to touch on one thing when you were talking about the IEP. One of the things we do is for anybody to enroll in our programs, they got to be enrolled in the school system, and they got to have a current IEP. An assessment is done, and it's done by a certified therapeutic recreational professional, and the cost for the assessment is $35.
But that assessment then really describes what they need.
Exactly.
How you can work with them, how you can help with them, and what their needs are.
Exactly.
And their abilities.
Exactly. And so with that, we get to know all the things about the participant, and then we relay those information to our therapeutic counselors who are also trained in various areas to deal with those special needs students.
That's wonderful. And you're helping to spread the word by telling teachers and other people in the school system.
Yes, and every person that I meet that's has a special needs kid, especially if they live in Hampton, it's, hey, you need to get into this program. Hey, this is there for you. It's awesome, and my son absolutely loves it. So.
Okay, and you do the enrollment then through the school system, because if it's connected to the IEP, that's part of the schools, right?
Not really, but the enrollment is done through therapeutic department.
Right,
So-
but they have to have
Exactly,
already
yeah.
an IEP, and then you can write it into
Definitely.
their plan, or you can work with the plan and the certification
Exactly.
that they have.
Exactly.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. It's so encouraging to learn about some of these special programs, and it's a small niche audience,
Yes.
really, but to reach them, we need to tell everybody so that they can say, hey, I have a neighbor, or I have a friend, or
Yes.
I know somebody. So I hope that you out there will spread the word, and if you know of someone who would qualify for this program and benefit, you can let them know about it. And you can go to hampton.gov/parks for more information, and the folks here will be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.